Oh yeah, let's go. Two fat Filipinos. Two fat Filipinos talking in the house. We two fat Filipinos that you can't deny. Let's talk for a while, baby, give it a try. Listen in and check out what we have to say. You all notice we just be doing this our way. Come chill with us tonight. Ain't got nothing else going on. That's right, we two fat Filipinos talking the shit you know. Listen in or not, doesn't matter, that's how we flow.
What is up, everyone? We are back. It is your boy, Crispy Papa with,
Papa Bear.
and this is Two Fat Filipinos just talking shit. Welcome to the Crispy Papa Bear Show. So, we've been inactive for what, 10 days, bro?
Yes, 10 days, but
Yeah,
they won't know that
they
because
won't know
everything is
that.
pre-recorded. So
That's
yeah,
true. That's true.
a
But
lot of things been happening. Not something we would care to share at this moment.
yeah, not at
Some
this
good,
moment.
some bad.
Terrible.
But let's just put it down to life happened,
Yeah, shit
or life
happens,
and
yo.
life is still happening.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna keep on happening. So, welcome back to a new episode this week, or in this episode. Papa Bear, walk us through.
Yes. Before we start off with this week's topic, I'd like to thank my official sponsors. I would like to thank Taiso for my cool tumbler. I have three of these tumblers. This is really cool. You know why? Because when I move it to the side, since I have a background, oh wow, look, it turns invisible. All right. It's an invisible tumbler. Awesome. See that? Okay. Oh, that's what happens.
Oh my God.
Do you have any
And,
sponsors you'd like to talk about?
I do. Shout out to Ben B Food Products. If you know, you know. And that's all. I don't have any other sponsors.
Okay.
Uh, well, I have another sponsor. Our forever sponsor, Compendium Library channel.
Oh
New
yes, of
episodes,
course.
new episodes every Saturday at 8. Once the current story ends, I will push through with a like a second day of release. Maybe I'll do a Wednesday and a Saturday. Because I have 5 freaking years of content for the Compendium Library right now.
Awesome. Yes.
5 years.
So
If I'm
yes, he's actually turning it into audiobook. So the
I am
link is below. Just
right
click
there.
on that link if you want to chill out to some Harry Potter fan fiction content. Some of the best out there, if not the best out there. So
The
yeah,
best, the
check
best.
it out. Check it out, guys.
And
Yes.
more to
Okay.
come. More to
All
come.
right.
Next episode, I'll tell you more about it. But right now, Papa Bear, hit us
All
up.
right. All right, and we actually had a sponsor who had to pull out at the last minute. This was not an issue on their part, but rather lack of usage from ours. Okay, well, I'm not sure if you were getting their packages, but I'd like to say my apologies to Trust Condoms because they've been giving me like a pack every week for the last 10 years. I've never used any, so they've mostly expired. Like 3 or 4 boxes in my living room,
How
so
do you
yeah,
get
that's a
that?
waste. Well,
How?
I don't know. I mean, they just send me like a packet every now and then. Now I've filled 4 boxes. I mean, I never use them,
By the way,
so
I like the term sponsor pulling out and trust condoms. Yeah, I
yeah,
like
they kind of they had to pull out. I mean,
yeah, of
because
course.
essentially that's what I do. Instead of putting it on, I just pull out. It's the latex doesn't really feel right. It's not something that I would recommend to people who want to enjoy the full pleasures of love making. But if you just want to have sex, if you want to bang, not get a baby mama, yeah, obviously you have to use that. But I'm an expert in pulling out, I guess. If you're laughing right now, yeah, it's at my expense. Yeah, God damn it. Even I'm about to laugh. Okay. Anyway,
Papa Bear, ladies and gentlemen.
so um our topic for today is interpersonal relationships in the workplace, or at least in our
Oh, you're
sense,
going there. Okay.
yes,
Okay.
interpersonal relationships within the BPO or whatever office you were before. you were in before, or you were working at before. Okay, so we've already established working working in a company. So why not talk about interpersonal relationships? We have touched on this topic throughout our stories from the previous episodes, but since we always talk about our colleagues, good and bad, but I'd like to dwell more on this specific topic. So I'd like to ask Chrissy Papa, like, since you've worked with a lot of people and you've worked for a lot of people, could you maybe describe one time when you actually felt really at home and really content with the work and with the people you were working with?
Bro, this sounds like an interview question. What the hell?
It is.
Like, what am I applying for?
You're not
Kaibigan.
applying for anything. We're just talking.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
If people want to
uh,
emulate this style and possibly utilize what we're talking about as a means to, reflect and use this strategy when answering interview questions, then why not?
yeah. Okay, then I'll answer it as an interview question. So I'd like to answer that or give an answer in two parts. Uh, First part is like when I felt really at home with the people that I'm working with. That would be all the way back to ACS, Advanced Contact Solutions. They are no
Okay.
longer existing, so I don't really care. Um, and That's my very first time like in that setting, and I've met a lot of friends there. Friends that I'm friends with today. I'm not gonna name names, but Brusco brothers, if you know, you know. Shout out to everyone. The Brusco Pillars. One of our members is no longer with us, but he is missed, and yeah, he's a good guy. Um, but yeah, I, I felt at home because everybody got along. Like I don't know if you have ever experienced this, but
Mm-hmm.
in that particular wave, if you will, everybody literally got along, and there was like 33 of us in that wave. So it's um an insane number of people to actually all get along. And our ages, most are compacted into the late, very late teens and very early 20s. I'll say around 40% of us are in that range, and some are late 20s, early 30s, late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s, and one is even mid 50s at that point. I wonder how she's doing now.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a retired teacher, so um, it's an insane time to be around because there's a lot of us that really just likes each other.
Okay.
And then uh, now I'm gonna marry a few different things together. So getting along with people I work with, the work environment itself, and the money I was getting. I would say that was with the company that you and I shared.
Ah,
Uh,
yes.
yeah. Simply because I only have one teammate, and that's
And that
you.
was me.
We got along fine. I mean, couple of years later, outside of that company, when you left and I left, here we are, still friends, still talking. I
And we
can't
have
say,
never met in
and
person.
we have never met in person, and that's insane. Like almost like 3.5 years later, we still haven't met. So, um, yeah, that as sad as that is, and by the way, our boss was also our director, was also like the best. Like I
Ah,
said,
yes.
Ashley Goforth.
Yes.
Uh,
Shout out to Ashley Go Forth.
what up,
Yes.
Ashley? My birthday neighbor. So, um, yeah, that's a rare thing to find, especially we don't particularly like everyone else.
Yeah, no, well, I wouldn't say we didn't, but yeah, I
Most
didn't
of them.
like any. I didn't like most of the people that were in the Manila team. I actually got along better with the US team.
Yeah, there's nobody in the US team that I don't like. I work with, I'll say 75 to 80% of them, like
Okay.
closely. And I like all of them, like all of them. Uh, when you left, bro, I had to like coordinate a lot of trainings with the uh people that are senior there to conduct shadow trainings. Man, everybody said yes, and it's
Hmm.
difficult because if we look at their calendars, it's full. The only people that said no are, our teammates here. So
Okay.
yeah, uh, it's up to you how you would interpret that, but for sure, we are not in great terms with like our local teammates,
Okay.
and it's to me, I'm
Let's
very
let's not go to there yet because I'm gonna be bringing that up.
okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
gonna give you a
But
chance to do that. Okay.
but but I do want to say that um I was yeah, I went there to the office, like the physical office once, to get my hoodie. Did you ever get your hoodie?
No, I never got my hoodie.
What the hell? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I did went there one time, and of course, it didn't fit me. But it's the thought that counts.
There you go.
That's all.
Okay. Well, in my case, I think the time when I've cherished interpersonal relationships that much was when I got accepted into the English coaches team or the English team in Sykes because they were looking for four. They I applied, but I screwed up in the interview because I had diarrhea. All right, that's a separate story. So they already had three, and then they were getting interviews for trainers. And luckily, the person who interviewed me for the product trainer post that I applied for said, "You should have applied for the English coach position." I said, "I did. I just screwed it up." Well, the good thing was they only got three, but since I expressed my desire, essentially she interviewed me for the English team post, and I got it. I was a little late going into the mix, like 2 3 weeks late, but there were four of us, and I'm gonna shout out to Cyril, Katz, and Francis. Um, there were four of us, okay, and when we were starting off, we didn't know what we were doing. We were attending training. We were still settling into our role, and I said, you know what? We can just call ourselves the Fantastic Four. And they loved the idea because Cyril was very intellectual. He was deemed as Reed Richards. Francis was a little bit of a hothead. That's why he became Johnny Storm or the Human Torch. Katz, being the only girl, far from being invisible, was the sex symbol of the group. She was Sue Storm or Sue Richards, and I was Benjamin Grimm. Okay, the thing. Well, obviously. Okay. So, um, that was one of the times when I felt really at home because we worked really well together. And it was for like the first 2 or 3 years that we were just so happy and content with each other. And it was only when, weirdly enough, it was only when the team started expanding and growing bigger and we had different roles that we started to drift apart. So that sort of broke off the dynamic. I had myself a team. We became supervisors for each of our respective regions or each of our respective accounts. So in a sense, because the team growing, it sort of like, I wouldn't say destroyed, but it broke the team apart essentially because then
Fragmented.
uh yeah, fragmented the team. Cats actually resigned, did something else. I was transferred to a new account, etc. So it was on to bigger and better things. And for the most part, yes, it was. We just the interpersonal relationships, we're still friends, you know, and I hope we're still friends, obviously. But it's been a while since I last talked to them. So shout out to those peeps. Miss you. Okay, moving on to the next part. Since we're talking about interpersonal relationships, I'd like to talk about activities that people do as a team, specifically team buildings or team outings. Okay, so Klisi Papa, can you describe a particularly memorable team building or team outing that you had, and why was it so memorable? Oh, by the way, this does not have to be positive. It could be like surprising, shocking, unexpected, as long as it was memorable.
I have not been in a team building
Ever?
since no, since Teletech days.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what month it was. It's probably November or December of 2014. So I
Okay.
haven't been in a team building in like
Ah, I think it's having allergies from remembering good times.
bastard. So I haven't been in a team building in like almost 11 years. And if you've been to one team building, you have been to every one of them. So excuse me, it's always the same. Uh, you get to the place, you drink, uh, and I remember I told you a story about this particular team building, but I'm not gonna repeat it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna be doxing people, but for sure it's memorable because it was my last one essentially, and I don't ever plan on attending another team building. It's just a waste of my time and effort, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't drink anymore. Uh, and as much as I love whatever team I'm gonna be in, I just prefer to chill at home, spend my time the way I want to spend it. Unless the company is paying for it and it's gonna be on like company time, I'm good. Otherwise, I'm out. So
Okay. That's fine. All right. The reason why I bring it up is because, unlike you, I have a different perspective on team buildings before, where you've been to one, you've been in all. Because there's also company outings, although that's different. I mean, back then, we actually had a company outing in Subic, and that was the entire company, entire site. This was like 2006, I think, or 2005. They don't do that anymore because it's such a
yeah,
huge waste of time, I think, and it's such a
I
huge
was still in high
investment.
school
Yeah,
back then.
shut up. Okay. So there were like 10 buses or 20 buses taking us to this one place. They rented out the entire, like, they rented out like 20 villas or whatever. We were segregated, and it was a pretty darn good time. But, people start drinking and stuff like that. Fights broke out. Luckily, I wasn't in any of them. And I thought it was just a complete fiasco. But the most memorable team building I had was, I think, in 2013 or 14. I could be mistaken, but the team was already big. We had like maybe 30 people, 25 to 30 people in that team. I even brought my wife then with me. Um, and I planned great activities during that team building, and I was like a fire plug, meaning to say I was like the center of the attention because I was like conducting all the activities. It was fun until our boss got drunk, started fighting with his partner, started screaming. It brought the celebration down to a standstill. And then he actually punched one of my teammates, you know, like punched, like socked him in the chin, and he went down. So I had to rescue him. I had to save him, but I didn't wanna fight my boss, not because I know I could take him, but because it was just having an emotional time. It was just very emotional. So for like the rest of that night, there were three of our three of our women colleagues that were crying, and my wife was consoling each and every one of them. She was saying, "Don't worry, Bear's here. He's gonna take care of it." Because if there was anybody who was gonna take care of my boss, it was me. Yes, I was bigger than him, right? It was a guy boss, all right, the head of the team back then. So um, after that, I told him, maybe when you're sobered up, I think you should go because everything's just gonna go downhill from here if you stay. And luckily he took my advice. He took his maid who he brought with him. He took his partner and he took his kid, and they left like around 12 a.m. So when they left, everything. sort of like settled down. Some of the girls stopped crying. We were still able to generally enjoy the time that we had there. But that scenario, team building was very memorable because of what happened. And I've never talked to my colleague who got punched in the face about that. He never reported it. I never reported it. Um, and in essence, we knew the writing on the wall because I think less than 4 months later, or less than 2, 3 months later, our supervisor was fired. They just called him into the office one day, turn your laptop in, here's some money. Okay, you're done.
And fuck
Eh,
off.
something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody reported it. That's for sure.
No, he was. Nobody reported that specific incident, but he was fired for another incident that he caused by himself. Okay, let's put it this
Mother
way.
trucker.
Let's put it this way. You're in a boardroom and you've got like uh 10 people who are essentially higher than you, and you insult and or shout at one of them. How do you think that was gonna go?
Very badly.
There you go. And that was what happened. All right. So
Damn. Who
um
wherever that person is, I hope the pillow that you're laying on every night is never cool.
okay. All right. I don't
Either
know
side.
where I don't know where he is right now. I don't know what he's doing, but his kids are all grown up. I think he might have learned from being a hothead in his younger days, you know. I still wish him well. Okay. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is to segue to my next question. Because this is one that we have also discussed in the past. All right. Interpersonal relationships means obviously you're going to be trying to get along with everyone, but you will never get along with everyone, and you will really dislike or even despise some of the people that you work with or you were acquainted with at work.
Why don't you tell me about that, bro?
I'm not. I will. But this question is directed at you first, since this is my topic. All right. Would you please describe a person, or maybe a time when you despise the person so much that every time you see them you wanted to physically maul them or slap them in the face so hard that his or her makeup would just end up on the planet Jupiter?
uh, Two instances.
Okay,
One was
please.
around 11, 12 years ago. 12 years ago. I'm not gonna name the company, but I think I shared it to you. I don't know if I shared it privately or I shared it um here in one of our sessions. But there was like a team leader who physically pushed me
Okay.
because he thought I was over lunch. I was not. It's my mistake that I wasn't able to. Again, this is Call Master 5 era, everyone.
Okay.
So, two lines. Um, you have to press several buttons to change screens. So, it was my fault that I was not able to toggle the timer for lunch in the Call Master 5. However, in our timekeeping tool, I was able to toggle lunch, and that is the important thing. The one in the Call Master 5 is just a reminder for you, right? So it's not written in any um, employee handbook. It's just an internal understanding, right? So I went get my lunch. As you can tell, I'm super hungry. I ate a lot, smoked a lot. Then I went back. According to my watch, I have like 5.5 minutes left. Plenty of time. All I have to do is unlock my PC and wait for the time, then press auto in, right? No problem. And then this motherfucker, when I sat down, this motherfucker came all the way from like two bays away. He's not my supervisor, by the way. He came like like really really mad. You can tell he was agitated, and it's funny because he's like 5'2", and he's like as fat as I am. So
Okay.
it looks very comical, and since he's also wearing like very very baggy polo shirts. I don't know. It's a polo. It's a polo shirt or a polo, not a polo shirt. It's really funny watching him like do the power walk all the way to
Oh, the
my
power walk.
station.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, I'm talking like he real mad. Like if he's capable of it, smoke will probably be coming out of his ears. So he said, last name. Why did the blah 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 blah? But oh no, it's here. I showed him my timekeeping tool. I literally have 3.5 minutes left. But he pointed out the call master 5. I said you're over break by 15 minutes. Blah 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 blah. But I said I'm not. Here's the timekeeping tool. The timekeeping tool doesn't matter to me. That's what he said. Uh,
Oh
I
wow.
I look at what I see in the call master 5. Then I said that's not in the company handbook. Then I just ignored him. Uh, and that's it. I put on my headset so I don't have to listen to him. I was actually looking forward to pressing auto in. But this motherfucker took off my headset from my head,
Okay.
like ripped it off, and pushed me.
Oh my gosh.
So I said,
Dude, that's assault. You could have gotten him fired for that.
"Nah, here's the thing." So I stood up, and bro, I'm not kidding. He's not up to my shoulders.
Okay.
He's barely up to my nipple. I stood up.
Nipple.
Yeah, it's the truth. His
All right.
his his forehead is probably nipple level. So I stood up. I said, "Please go." Of course, I didn't say that. But please go, and we'll talk later if you want. But please go. And this is the mistake he made. He pushed me again with two hands this time,
Okay.
and he said like, "Just because you're big and fat doesn't mean I'm scared of you." Okay, so I gave him a straight right cross to the chin, and he went down like a sack of potatoes.
Were you fired?
I don't know. I walked out.
You just walked out.
I literally took my shit and went out. One of the guards tried to stop me, and I told him like, "If you touch me, I will kill you."
Oh
So,
gosh. Okay.
well, I mean,
Scary.
I
I'm pretty
was
sure the guard was small too.
kind of tall actually. I'll say around 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, but smaller
But
than you.
yeah, skinny as hell. And I was serious, you know. Um, at that time, I wasn't this fat yet. Uh, I was I was still playing basketball on a regular basis. I could still touch the rim at that point. I can no longer dunk, but um, I do have training, and like if the guard did touch me, I don't know if I would have killed him, but I would have broken his arm.
Okay.
Because that requires very little time and effort on my part
Yeah.
because it's all technique. And if the guard is trained, then it's gonna be a fun fight. He's probably still gonna lose, but you know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. I literally took my shit from my locker, and I just remember this. I have a very flimsy padlock, and my hands are literally shaking that I can't put the key that's around my neck in the in the key slot. So I was
Oh
so mad.
gosh.
I
Okay.
ripped off the padlock.
You- Wow. Okay. Must have been a really flimsy lock, man.
It's a flimsy lock. I'm decently strong, but I don't think I'm that strong. It's a very flimsy lock. It's like 20 pesos in the ukay ukay place near
Oh wow.
my
Okay.
house in Malabon at that point. So and I took my shit. Uh, I still have my ID somewhere. So that's one. I don't know if that fits your criteria of interpersonal relationship.
That's still an interpersonal relationship with with the TL or whoever it was.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
but
not mine.
that was only the first. What was the
Yeah,
second?
that's only the first. But I do want to say that the company never contacted me again. They didn't send notice to explain. They didn't send RTW, return to work order. Nothing.
Okay.
Obviously I'm not cleared in that company up until now. That's why I'm not saying any names. But if you want, I'll tell you off
Tell
air.
me offline. Yeah.
Yeah. But one another company. I'm not gonna name the company as well. I'm gonna be very vague with this because I'm not sure where or if there's any repercussions from it. But there's a company that I work for that fucked me up when it
Okay.
comes to uh, my HMO being declined during surgery and my SSS benefit not being filed on time and telling me that it's on me to file my SSS sickness benefit within 5 calendar days of being sick. Bro, I'm in the freaking hospital. How in the hell am I gonna submit a sickness benefit claim to SSS? I cannot follow that logic. They
Because
can't give
it's
me
not
anything.
supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like that. The company
I think
has
so.
to help you. The company has to
I
help you
think so.
because that's what happened when I was in the hospital.
Exactly.
When I got my leg chopped off, I was able to get it like like after 3 or 4 months. That was when I got it, and the company helped me do it because it's their responsibility.
I did not get any help. Um, up until now, it's not resolved. I have never heard of anything yet.
Okay.
And eh, how am I going to say this? The bulk of the responsibility of that is on my manager, right? It's on my director.
Yeah.
And the director didn't do shit and
I
expected me. There's another, as you know, there's another part to this story. So expected me to do the actual filing when I'm in the freaking hospital. And here's the fun part:
so mad everybody.
issued me an NTE when I returned because I did not notify. I was in the freaking hospital. What do you want me to do? I didn't notify on that day. Yeah, I notified it the next day. Again, I was in the mother Kanakin hospital. How the hell am I gonna do
This is Oh, and for listeners, I will
that?
post the link of the song. My healthcare provider screwed me over. That was based
Part
on,
one and two.
yeah, part one and two. This is based on this man's experience. You know, I
Yep.
try. I also kept it vague. I didn't want to name anybody, but there should be some really really cool instances where you will find out the name of the HMO that screwed him over.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
And here's the thing: the HMO company admitted to me over the phone that they fucked up, that they screwed up. Like the
Mm,
intake person that I don't know encoded my stuff um didn't encode it properly, and that they will escalate it. But again, it's
okay.
been 2.5 months. I haven't heard shit, and I don't really expect to hear anything back anymore. Uh, I guess I'm just venting, and because it is the topic, it is the question that was
Yes, of
asked.
course. All right.
Now it's your turn to be pissed, and if you're not pissed enough, I will piss you off because I know how.
Okay. It's shit. All right. Well, I think I've already talked about some of these people. I will just reiterate. Possibly one of the only people that I've never met in real life that I wanted to slap so hard was a trainer in the company that you and I work for. All right. A trainer that was a Filipino and a member of the LGBTQ A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever. All right. Um, so my boss, or I think one of our other colleagues, said, "You know what? You should reach out to this individual in order to, get more info about this module that I was planning to make." And I was looking for a, I was looking forward to a nice conversation because they told me that this guy was a trainer. Oh, you know what? Fellow trainer, awesome. We might yada yada be like this. We might jive. Um, seven lines in, 7 lines. I'm not even talking about a minute. 7 lines into the conversation, um, I already figured that I hate this person. All right. He was very abrasive. He was very defensive, and I was just floored. Okay, I've never met this guy. I've seen this guy conduct training modules, and it was just all bullshit. All right. He said he was gonna conduct a training module. In the end, it just turned out to be a presentation that was indicating 5 different training types. What did I learn from it? I learned nothing because I was already familiar with it. I really was looking towards, a certain methodology he was gonna implement or at least train us on, and it just turned out to be uh like a lecture. And and as a trainer, I know what good training is from bad training, obviously. So I was just floored, and I tried to talk to him again, and then I wasn't getting any answers because essentially my boss told me to try to go around them, try to go to his boss because I needed some materials, and they said that he was the only guy with the materials, right? So I went around him, I went above him, talked to his boss, and I got all the information I need from him because he said, "Here's the stuff that you asked for." And that was like after 2 weeks of trying to talk to him face to face. He didn't, and it was only when I put fire to ass through his boss, okay, that he complied. And he was making it sound like, "Are you happy?" He was giving me like comments like, "Here, are you happy? Okay. If you haven't," and he actually wrote something that if you need anything else, please don't forget to go through my boss first. Okay. I've never met this dude, man. But I wanted to like, if I could just walk up to him and slap the living shit out of him. Like I wanted to slap him so hard, like the metaphor. I'm gonna slap you so hard that your makeup is gonna end up on the planet Jupiter. All right, because he did wear makeup. He wore like foundation every time he trained, right?
Did
And
he?
he's
I didn't
yeah,
notice.
man,
I did.
dude. His face was never shiny. It was always white. All right. If you look closer at his skin
I
tone,
don't look closer, man.
I
There's
was
like
here. I didn't like. I hated him so much that he was always on my microscope. All right. His skin tone from his neck down, if you can see the outline of his shirt, all right, it was a different color. All right. It's trying to look like the Joker, possibly. Ah, nah. Yeah, I'm royally pissed right now.
you're not
Just
pissed
because
enough.
of
I
that.
want to piss you off more.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Okay,
Uh,
I'm gonna spare you. The, I'm gonna spare you the stress and the energy. But yes, like man, thinking back on it, aren't you a little jealous that I get to punch a TL in the face and knock him out cold?
Honestly, man, I can't really tell. I can definitely say yes or no either way. But here's the thing: I've never I've never gotten I've never been in a fight. I've never been in a fight since
What?
elementary. I've never been in a fight
What?
since elementary. No, I've never been. Right? I've been in confrontations, but it wasn't to the point where I threw hands. I mean, I've been in like situations we where a friend of mine hit each other, but it never was a fight because it was in practice. Right? Seriously, I've never been in a fight. Right? I've been in confrontations when I was face to face with a dude, but I've never thrown hands because
Damn.
I was always in the situation was, you know what? If I'm gonna throw hands, I'm gonna be in a load of trouble. All right, and I never did. That's the thing. So yeah,
I'm
it may seem weird. Okay, so in a way,
not
I'm
weird.
jealous. In
Not
a way,
weird.
I'm
Just
jealous
surprised.
that I've never done what you did. But in a way, I'm also thankful that I've never done that because I may back then I may have played a violent sport, but I never let the violence dictate towards my own personal life, or at least outside the sports arena or the gridiron, right?
Well, here, that's the difference between how I was brought up and you were brought up. Because in my elementary school, public elementary school,
Uh huh.
we fight. Like we
Okay.
fight. Uh, I don't know in other places like, oh, can you hold his ear? It's just like that. And in my place, we don't do any of that. We just throw hands.
Okay.
And when I got to Saipan, now hands are not being thrown. Uh, baseball bats, aluminum baseball bats are being used.
Oh my
I,
gosh, man.
I've been hit by that several times. That's actually what prompted me to study MMA, BJJ in particular. Uh,
Okay.
because I do want to, you know, be able to protect myself because there's like four dudes. Yeah, I'm bigger than all of them, but there's four of them. They have baseball bats. The fuck am
No,
I gonna
man.
do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm lucky that they didn't injure my knee, my arm, or whatever. My shoulder fucked up for a while. But that's it. I was hit in the head one time, but I was able to partially block it with my hand. But yeah, so yeah, yeah. And when I was younger, my temper is really like short. You know, it was an unfortunate situation. But I haven't been in a fight in the last 10 years, so
Okay, well,
that's
I'm glad. I'm happy that that has not happened. All right.
yeah. But
So, yeah.
but in a fight or flight situation, I'm fighting.
Oh yes. There's
I
no
am
doubt.
very calm,
There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
but I'm very calm in terms of like in the road because I drive, uh, and I don't initiate issues. I cuss at them inside the car, but I don't generally go out and confront anyone.
Mm,
And I've had instances where I could have had confronted people, and people has like yelled at me, hit my side mirror on purpose because they perceived that I was um, getting the better of them on the road. I just shrug it off now, but maybe that's because of my age.
okay.
I don't know, but I've been driving for 15 years now, kind of regularly. But yeah, it's just not me anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you haven't fought in the last 10 years. I hope that that happens until the day you die. Never fighting
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't want
Um.
to fight anymore. I'm good.
All right. Well, um, moving forward, this is also this may also sound like an interview question. All right, because regarding interpersonal relationships in the workplace. All right. Can you tell me about a time? Can you tell me about a time when you disagreed with a colleague? But unlike the regular question that you would hear in an interview, how did you resolve it? All right. Tell me about a time when you disagreed with a colleague. Tell me how you felt. And at that time, tell me what you wanted to do to that colleague. Instead of how to resolve it, I'm going to ask you to please describe in graphic detail with a ton of prejudice how you wanted to deal with that colleague when
Okay,
who you disagreed
so
with.
this happened fairly recently this year. I'll say January, maybe January or
Okay.
December last year, actually. So we were in a time crunch because there are rollouts happening, there are UATs happening. Everybody was busy, and then there's this person, local team as well, um, that is just not replying. I don't understand why he is not replying. He's not
Okay.
sick. He's not on leave. He's not in the UAT team.
Okay.
So he's not particularly busy. He's in the BAU team, which means that he's covering for people doing the UAT thing. Um, I know for a fact that he has like a free schedule between this time and this time. It's a 1 hour window, and it's not his or her. break, and I'm not gonna name his or her. But yeah, what the hell? His break. Um, it's not his break. He's literally free, and we have a protocol, right? You send him, you send them a Teams message if you're gonna request something. Give them a day. They didn't reply. Send an email. They didn't reply to the email. Send another email. After the second email, you set a time with them, like a call. Um, if they don't attend to that call, set up another call the next day with their manager in it. So this person is actually a manager.
Okay.
And the first call he didn't attend. The second call he did. Because he was literally pulled by his tower director.
Okay.
Like, and this tower director is known as the most straightforward director that's in the company. So this lady pulled this guy in. Why aren't you answering Crispy Papa's email? Why aren't you answering his messages? Why didn't you attend yesterday? You know what his reply is?
What was this reply?
I'm not. I don't answer to him.
Oh my
I don't
god.
answer to him. That's why I don't. I didn't reply.
Oh god.
And then,
That's dumb as hell.
and the information I'm asking him is not something personal. It's not something that will benefit me. It will literally benefit his team, like his team. Um, so the director asked me to leave the call, and they will talk amongst themselves. And she said, like, you will have the information in 10 minutes, and I did
Okay.
have the information in 8 minutes. It's
Okay.
literally two Excel files, bro. It's two Excel files. I just have to verify both of them and compare them to what I already have. And that's
Okay.
literally it.
And what did you want to do?
Initially, like when he didn't reply to my second email, I want to slap the shit out of him.
Okay.
Like, not a bitch slap. I'm not talking like a bitch slap. I'm talking like a Will Smith to Chris Rock slap. You know what I'm saying?
That's the manliest slap I've ever seen, man.
It's a gay ass slap, by the way. But
Why do you say it's a gay
it's
ass slap?
it's a weak slap because he aimed for the cheeks. If you're gonna knock someone out, you aim for the
The
chin.
chin. Oh yeah, I guess.
So it's a weak ass slap. Um, but yeah, that's the slap I want to give him. A weak ass slap. So every
So
time
okay.
I have to ask him for another um information, another batch of documents that only his team can access in our tool. So I can't access it because I am not part of their team. He and his team are the only people that can access it. As the manager of that team, I am supposed to go to him and ask for the thing. I can't
Okay.
just go to one of his CPAs and ask them, "Hey, can you send me this thing?" And if I did, they would have given me that in like 5, 10 minutes, maybe the next day. But that's it. It's not a hard thing to do. It's literally 4 clicks. I counted 4 clicks and then waiting for the thing to download and then sharing that with me via Teams. It's that simple.
Okay.
2 months later, he was no longer the manager of the team.
Wow.
I'm not sure
Okay.
if um my escalation played a part in it, but whenever I go to the office, I see him. He doesn't really look at me,
Okay.
and
Um.
he used to say at least "What's up?" like a good morning or good afternoon, and now he just walks past me. I'm like,
Okay.
what in the petty high school hell are you doing, boy? I'm probably older than him. That's probably why. But yeah, like when we were talking, like when I scheduled the meeting, I just
Mhm.
didn't care anymore. You know, whatever.
Okay. All right. That's really well. I think he got his comeuppance. Okay, here.
Yeah.
In
What
my
do you?
case, there was something that I wanted to do to my colleague that involved that involved straight up that involved a straight up beat down to within an inch of his life. That's what I wanted to do. I never did it. Okay, so this is one of my colleagues from Sykes. I'm not gonna name names, obviously. One of my colleagues, I worked with him. Essentially, at work, when I'm at work, uh, I don't like to engage in gossip, but obviously, I become like the center of gossip every now and then because I'm always under a microscope. And when it comes to personal relationships, interpersonal relationships with my colleagues and with my friends, I try to keep it. I try to keep those at arm's length because I wouldn't say I've been hurt, but I become overly emotional when I get invested into like a friendship and then suddenly they leave and I'm affected. So I learned how to deal with that. But this was something that I really couldn't deal with because okay, this colleague of mine, he has this I think Napoleon complex, right? He wasn't that tall. He was pretty small. When he enters a room, he would enter in a in like a McMahon walk. All right, that's how he walks with the Vince McMahon walk. It's like he's like a big man on campus, big man on deck, big man in the office, like that. Okay, so um, that's one of the things that really annoy me about him. But the one thing that really annoyed me was that I was hearing gossip from my other colleagues, that I know for a fact that he has a girlfriend and he has a kid. All right. But at that time, his girlfriend was just pregnant, and he never told anyone about it until like she was already 9 months. And then I thought, well, okay, you know what? He would famously talk about his exploits and he would openly tell stories about his past and the friends he's hung around with, the places he's gone, but then he would never tell us about his personal life with his girlfriend. All right. And then we were just surprised that she was 8 months along. He was expecting a baby. And at one point, one of our other close friends actually comes over to me and says, "You know what? I saw him with another girl, and we hung out, and he was like making out or something with this girl."
Let
And
me
I'm like,
guess. A trainee.
don't, no, no, I don't know.
Okay.
Don't guess. Just let me finish the story because it came to a point, I think this was like 2011 or 2012, where he sat us down and he said, "Well, I don't want to I just want to be open. I'm not gonna tell you more than you need to know." But he sat us down and essentially told us how he cheated and how he had an extramarital affair outside from his girlfriend, or I think it might have been his wife already because he ended up marrying her, the baby mama. And this weasel, this sleazebag, this douchebag actually tells us this is in essence how women make up excuses for their cheating. Okay, this was the manly equivalent of that, which is probably the gayest thing I've ever heard. All right, the manly equivalent of a woman giving an excuse to cheating, and I was just floored. You know what? I know. I've never really, I've never really seen him as like someone I could get along with. But after hearing that, man, I was just poof. You know what? I just lost all respect for you. Okay, because cheating on a partner is just probably the only act that I think, uh,
While pregnant.
while pregnant, or he already has a kid
That's
with
it.
the baby mama. I'm not even sure if he was already having that affair while she was pregnant, before she had the kid, after she had the kid. All right, but essentially that was it, man. I think cheating is probably one of the, is probably an action how do I describe it? I'd rather die than be cheated on. And
It's a
unfortunately,
choice.
unfortunately I was. Okay. So I lost all respect for that dude. Man, I wanted to beat him up so bad in that coffee shop. I wanted to slam his head on the fucking table and just, I wanted to beat him up so bad, man. I really did. Man, I just lost all
Damn.
respect for the dude. Like fuck that. And the worst part of it is that the worst part of it, I don't know if it's because the lady couldn't find anyone better, but they essentially stayed, had two more kids, and I don't know if their marriage is good now, but man, because the girl knew, the girlfriend or said, or the wife found out. I mean, I was like, where's your level of self-respect? Just gonna allow this douchebag to do that? Because man, I'm sure, I've never confirmed it, I'm sure that since he already did it once, I'm pretty sure he could do it again. And how do I know that he's capable of doing it again? Because he flirts with agents. I mean, we had like new teammates coming in, women mostly, right? And he'd flirt with them. They tell me that he'd flirt with them. All right. They would tell me, okay. And I'm like, God damn it. Okay. Because here, not to make my head look big, but in the team, I was probably the cuddliest human being that you could know. You could talk to me about anything. I wouldn't get mad. All right. And I'm probably the safest person to be around with because I will never disrespect you. I will never put any moves on you because that was who I was. Right. I have never hit on any of my teammates. I've never hit on any of their friends. I was pretty much the wholesome dude in the team, even though I might have a foul mouth every now and then. But I was the most wholesome teammate they could ever have. And I heard these stories straight from their mouths. Right. Like, okay. I wanted to beat him up so bad. It's like, God.
Bro, I feel the I feel the aggression all the way in Laguna.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
and this is the guy that like 15 minutes ago, it's not about violence, right? He just said he's not violent
I'm not
despite
about violence,
playing
but
in
I
a
wanted
violent.
to be I wanted to be really violent. I mean, how can you do that? All
And that's
right.
the thing, right? And that's saying something. It's that terrible.
Because I'm not sure if his first kid was just planned. Was it an accident? I mean, he could have been dumb. Does he really love his girlfriend? Does he really love his wife? I mean, I've had like, I hate saying this. I could have cheated multiple times, and there were times when it came close, not because I wanted to, but because the situation presented itself. But I never stepped over the line, man. I wouldn't always pray, all right, but a picture of my wife would still be in my head, okay? And that about me. I mean, was I a pussy? Was I a simp because I don't want to get in trouble with my wife, okay? Or was I knew for a fact that what I was going to do is wrong, so I just didn't do it, you know? So anyway, because man, okay, you know this, like new people come in every day, or a smorgasbord of men and beautiful women. I'm not about to say handsome men, obviously. I'm just going to focus on the beautiful women. All right. A smorgasbord of beautiful women come into the office every day. There's a new person every 10 minutes coming in or being signed in or signing a contract. Okay. Some of them are beautiful, some of them are downright drop dead gorgeous. Right. And who wouldn't be
Especially
tempted?
Sykes, man. They
Yeah,
have like
man.
this reputation. Like
I
they have
don't
this reputation of having the prettiest ladies.
I don't know about that or whatever reputation it was, but I do know for a fact, and I'll tell you this, that come A-Bay time or come nesting time, all right, there would be team leaders fighting for which people would be in their team, and they
Oh,
base it solely
I
on
know that.
looks.
I know that.
Okay.
I know. I do. Yep.
And I know several team leaders who've had affairs with those team members,
I
those
also
new
know that.
hires.
Yep. I've seen that. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Anyway, okay. This entire session is actually starting to sound like one fat back scenario. All right. But allow me to dive into an actual fat back question that I would like to ask you. All right.
Fire away, bro.
Okay. And it's still focusing on interpersonal relationships, but not
Hi.
in the workplace. All right. Not in the workplace. Fat back. Have you had um have you had a relationship with anyone, man or woman, that you now regret having, and why?
You know the answer
Oh,
to
look
this
at his
motherfucking question.
reaction.
You know
Look
the
at his
answer to
reaction.
this. You know the answer to this motherfucking question,
And I
man.
would like you to tell it
I
on
will
air.
not. I will not. I will not. I will not tell that on air.
Well, then why don't you say something else?
I will. I'm thinking.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
trying to buy time. I'm
Okay.
trying
It's
to,
buying time,
I'm
peeps. He's
buying time.
buying time.
Well,
He's
there is
buying time.
bastard. No. Um, there was this. I don't think I've ever told you this, but back in pandemic days, uh,
Okay.
before I was OE, if you know, you know. I was dipping my toes in the OE business.
Okay.
Uh, I was doing a freelancing gig for this lady in the UK. It's about rental, right?
Okay.
And I have a significant experience in rentals, real estate in general. Perfect candidate, right?
Okay.
Great. I was working part time, 4 to 5 hours a day. Nothing too overbearing, nothing too, insane. And then she wants me to uh, quit my full time job, which was also work from home, and stay with her full time. She will increase my pay from $4 to $6 an
Okay.
hour. And I'm like, okay, uh, I might do that. So, being the idiot that I was never gonna leave my full time because they give me HMO. I need the HMO. My dad needs the HMO, so
Okay.
I was never gonna do that. But I did say that sure I will. Uh, I'll submit the resignation first thing tomorrow, and then 3 days later, I can work for you full time. 28 days later, she let me go.
28 days later.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like a new
counted.
Sandra Bullock movie.
I counted. It's my fault. You know why? I
Why?
developed a system wherein she doesn't need a virtual assistant anymore. She doesn't need a freelancer anymore.
Oh my
I,
god.
I developed
So
this system using Excel.
so you essentially dug your own fucking grave.
I essentially killed my own position. Yes.
Okay.
So, uh, and I wanted to um log back in, delete all of the um programmings commands that I did on the Excel file, but I was too late.
Okay.
Uh, but I do know for a fact that she is clueless when it comes to Excel, and I also know for a fact that um, sheet would need refreshing, especially since she's talking about getting another rental property somewhere in like another town. Uh, and if she does that and she tried to use the existing um, file without updating it, she's fucked. I know that.
Okay.
But she did give me a call like 3 4 weeks later. It's probably because of that. But I didn't answer the call, and that's it. that's
Okay.
it's not exactly something I regret, but what I do regret, believe this or not,
What?
is working as a virtual assistant for anyone. It's just not me
Okay. All
because
right.
I will always try to develop something that would make my life easier. And when I do that, I'm literally gonna be redundated. I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
redundate
Okay.
myself.
All right. Well, for a
Sorry.
couple of things. First of all, technically this is still work, but I'll take it. And second of all, you just proved the point. Sloth is the mother of invention. You want to make things, you want to make life
Yeah,
easier for you, you invent
yeah,
something. And
yeah,
in the end, you don't have to do it. Essentially, in the end, you were no longer needed by your supervisor.
yeah. And uh,
And how did she fire you, by the way?
when I woke up, uh, like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, I logged in to the account. Right, I can no longer log in. Like, why? And then I saw a text message in our WhatsApp group. She removed me from the groups, by the way, first. And I didn't notice. I was still half asleep. Because I'm also working nights. Dumbass me. Uh, and then like I didn't notice. I just erased the notifications, and then I opened the WhatsApp, and I was removed from all of the groups of tenants that I was helping. And then I saw a text message from her saying, "Thank you for your service. We no longer require your service."
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it. I didn't
Well,
reply. And that was that.
okay. Well, I'll tell you this because you and I shared that similar experience with that job
Yeah.
that I lost in January.
Yeah.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing, man. I was already finishing with my Friday night shift, Saturday morning. Okay, so it was already Saturday morning, and I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna pull in a couple of hours OT for free just so I can finish some of this work. And I began to notice, okay, how come I'm no longer able to access Monday.com? So one of the bosses calls me, says, yeah, can we have a short talk? Okay. And then she calls me up and say, it's not working out. We've decided to move in another direction. You'll no longer be reporting to work. Okay. Can I ask why? We just feel that it's not working out. That's it. It's like, okay. Yeah. And this was after my shift. I was tired as hell. My girlfriend was here, told her about it. So I was like, wow,
Yay!
that
It's so
sucked.
fun.
Anyway,
It's
I'll tell you
amazing,
about
right?
it is amazing, man. So I'll tell you about this. One of the relationships that I regret, interpersonal relationships that I regret having in my personal life. And this is actually pretty weird because I don't regret a lot of things that I've done. All right. Maybe some of the mistakes that I've done, I would definitely say that this was a mistake. All right. Um, like this. I don't regret officiating the football game that essentially injured my foot, which essentially led to my to the need of having it cut off. I don't regret that one bit. I don't even regret the football tournament that I refereed in when it was raining and muddy, which essentially led to my foot infection. They had to cut it off. I never regretted that. Okay. I don't even regret the relationship I have with my ex-wife because essentially that was still the longest relationship I've ever had, and it was very fruitful, even though I was a total simp. Okay, like, but I will tell you this. Okay, I will tell you this. Uh, I actually regret ever being in a relationship with uh with one of my ex girlfriends, the one that shares your partner's name. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yep.
all
Yep.
right. And I will not go into full details of what that was. All right. But essentially, it started off great, as all relationships are wont to do. But like maybe 4 months down the line, 4 months down the line, it became so toxic that everything that I did was wrong. Or rather, everyone who I talked to was cheating. uh, what do I mean? Like, if I was chatting with one of my colleagues on Slack, and I kind of had to do that, okay, and she would sometimes sleep over. She would look over my shoulder and say, "Who's Kelly? Are you going out?" I said, "Kelly's from Minnesota. Are you together?" No. Okay. You want to read the entire exchange? Okay, I'd make her read. And it's like, man, that's so insecure. Okay. And essentially, I find it difficult.
Toxic.
I really find it difficult. Well, it was difficult to accept rather that she would look at me as a cheater because I don't leave my fucking house. I don't go around gallivanting. All right. I actually told her, you know what? You're pretty secure with a PWD who doesn't leave the house. There's CCTV cameras inside. If you want, you can requisition my neighbor or my landlord to watch footage and see which people actually visit me. Because you're the only one who visits me, and they're like, oh, okay. You think I'm having an online relationship with other people? That's just fucked up. Essentially,
From
that would
Minnesota.
yeah. Essentially, that was one
Minnesota
of the
people.
reasons why we broke up, man. Because I think it also has to do with her previous relationships. Because she did tell me that she was once the self-sabotaging kind. Because her baby
Sure
daddy,
is.
she had a bad experience with her baby daddy, and if you've gone through that kind of trauma, then uh like if you're in a stable relationship, like it's something that you cannot accept, or it's like if everything is going right, then there's something wrong because you can't accept it going right as it is. And
That sounds familiar, bro.
I feel a little bit sorry for her, man, because I actually cared about her kids. They were wonderful kids. I got along with them really well. um so if like that sounds really familiar because I've seen it in like those Facebook videos. Like, he was a kind man. He took care of everything. He loved my kids. Was paying for everything, but it was so boring. I was like, what the hell? I was like so bored. So I would like do things that isn't. I would like do things that would make the relationship a lot more toxic. So we would fight. For for Christ's sake, I think she was self sabotaging it. Like we would fight for no fucking reason because everything was going really well. So no, that was one of the
I
things I
can't
regret.
find I can't find anything more toxic than that. Like that's an immediate no for me, bro.
That was one of the
Immediate
things
no.
I regret, man. Because here's the thing: I loved her, okay, but no matter how much I loved her, man, I made a decision. If it's gonna be like this, it's not worth it. So I actually broke up with her. Obviously,
Good decision. Good
told you.
decision. I
So
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
one
I
of the
know
things
the
that I
story
regret.
from I know that story from, from when it happened or the day after it happened.
Okay.
But yeah,
Do you have a fat back scenario, or shall we just go into the fat breaker?
let's go to the fat breaker, baby.
Okay. So for
Embarrass me,
tonight,
boy.
it's not gonna be totally embarrassing, all right.
Oh,
But I would like you to give me a reason why. Right. For the fat breaker question for this episode, it's a would you rather scenario. Would you
all right.
rather cheat on your girlfriend or partner? Would you rather cheat on your girlfriend or snitch on your best friend, and why?
I'm snitching on my best friend. Number one, I think I talked about this in like past
Mm,
episodes before. I'm not a snitch. Like, you may call me an enabler. Like, if you're doing something and I know, I wouldn't tell your partner because I don't care. Uh, it's your life. You're making the decision. You're not 17. If you're 17, I might slap you in the face, and tell you what you should be doing. But you're not. You're 42. You're
okay.
44. So, do it yourself. Like, I don't care. But in the situation that you're asking me, I'm snitching. Like, uh, I don't really. Here comes the part where you and I differ again. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. If I have to choose, then I'm gonna choose something that does not inconvenience me. So
Okay.
get fucked.
So the logical choice. Okay.
Yeah, of course, man.
All right. I would agree with you because my answer as well is I would rather snitch on my best friend than cheat on my girlfriend for two reasons. All right. I can argue that it's right. Okay. Logically speaking, I don't want to put more strain on myself than being than putting myself in more complicated situations with another woman. Okay, but one, cheating, I think for me is one of the is a mortal sin. All right, unless it's widely accepted, unless I'm King Solomon, which I'm not. All right, it, I would consider it as a mortal sin. All right, and
I
second,
love the reference, by the way.
unless I mean,
Apropos.
I'm not. I mean, let's put it this way: if I'm not a Muslim, I'm not. I mean, I'd love to have harem, all right, but but no, I'm not in a position to demand that, all right. And let's put it this way: I would rather snitch on my best friend, not because I don't care about him, all right, but because I care enough. I care enough to call him on it. All right. And it's entirely for selfish reasons. All right. Like you, all right. Like you, I would rather choose the easier way out. I would rather not talk to my best friend than not talk to my girlfriend or my current partner. Right. No matter how much I care about my best friend. And here's also the thing. All right. If I knew that my best friend was doing something stupid, if I'm enabling him, okay, then technically I'm liable for the same crime or for the same sin, right? If I see you doing something stupid or doing something illegal, all right, well, then you need to be taught a lesson because I
Illegal, yeah.
care and because I'm just saying, because I care enough that I don't want you to ruin your life. Get help. I'm snitching on you to the cops, to your wife, to anybody. All right. So yeah, I'm a snitch. All right.
Totally
I'm never.
understandable,
I'm
man.
not a cheat. I would rather be a snitch than a cheat. Yeah. Where's your camera?
I
They
don't
can only
know.
see me.
I can't
Okay.
even see me. Hold on.
All right. So that concludes my fat breaker question for today. Listeners, we're having minor scenario, minor
Technical
technical
difficulties.
difficulties with this camera. It's back on now.
Yes.
So
I
I'm
can't.
gonna go. What?
I can't see your camera. Can you turn it off and turn it on again?
Okay, no problem.
Technical
Because
technical support stuff.
I can see both. I can see both of us. Can you see me now?
I can't see you.
You can or you cannot.
I cannot see you.
You still cannot see me. Okay.
I can see you now.
Okay. I'm turning it
Turn.
back on.
Yeah, turn it on.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. I can see
All
you now.
right. Technical issues averted. So why don't we go to
Yes.
your fat breaker question?
I didn't really prepare a fat breaker question,
Go and
but
embarrass me.
no, you're gonna take the pussy way out again.
Well, yeah, I
You're a
guess
pussy.
the pussy way out is always a good way to go to infuriate you. So yeah, go ahead.
Uh, it's a would you rather as well.
Okay, another would you rather. Go ahead.
Yes, another would you rather. Would you rather? I'm trying to.
Are you trying to phrase it properly?
Yes, I want you to go to your phone right now.
Okay. Wait, you're
Let me
gonna
know when
send
you're
it to
there.
me? You're gonna send me?
No, no. I'm not sending you shit.
Okay, I'm on my phone.
Okay, now go to your friends list.
Friends list.
Okay, now uh, count out the 30-second person. So there's your friends list, right? Count up to 32.
Okay,
Don't tell
wait.
me the name. Just remember it.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Trying to make this interactive, kind of. And people at home watching this,
32.
yeah, you guys can play along.
Yep, 30
Why
second.
would
I
you?
got it.
Why would you want to play along? But if you want to, you can. Okay, from that person, count. Just remember that person's name,
Okay.
and then count 15 more.
Okay, got it.
Now, out of those two people, who would you rather kill?
I'd rather kill the first one, the 30-second in line.
Why?
Well, um, I actually know him better than the 47th person in line.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
I know him better than the 47th person in line. The 47th person in line is a lovely former colleague who is a female, and the 32nd person in line uh was is a friend from one of my toy groups who turned
Okay.
out to be a real jackass. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
And
There you go.
I wouldn't think twice about killing that dude. I really wouldn't.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
There you go.
I
At
think the
least,
world is a better place without him in it.
I would like to give you a round of applause, bro.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for not taking the pussy way out.
Are you gonna do the same
What?
with your phone?
No. Do you want me
Uh,
to? If you
well,
want me
yeah,
to,
I
I can.
guess. Go ahead.
Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
Wait.
either the 32nd or the 47th person in line.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 32. The 32nd person in line is my tattoo artist. Then let's do more. So that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bro, the 47th person is my mom.
So would
This
you
is a
rather kill?
terrible fucking
It fucking
scenario.
backfired on you.
Not really.
Would
I'll
you
kill my
rather
mom.
kill your tattoo artist or your mom?
Not really. I'll kill my mom. She's already dead. So
No, man. If she
what?
was alive,
What?
if she was alive.
Then I'll kill my tattoo artist.
Oh,
Easy.
see, there you go. All right.
I mean,
There's no there. That was a quick decision, right?
it
So
is.
really,
It is. It's
so
a very easy decision.
I know. So in essence, you and I just proved through this exercise that uh,
We're
we are
assholes.
capable. We no, not only are we assholes, but we are capable of deciding which ones to keep by our side and which ones and who to eliminate, like
Bro,
at
I
a
have
second's
made the
notice.
decision a long time ago. I'm
So there you go.
comfortable with my decision.
I don't mind my decision too. He's one of my. He's actually a good dude overall, but I'd rather get rid of him because he actually has a bigger asshole tendency to become an asshole rather than one of my former work colleagues. Is a lovely young lady who likes to dance.
I thought like bigger an asshole than I am.
No, you're a bigger asshole than him. He's just an asshole.
And yeah, and I'm a super asshole. But yes, I understand. Do you have any more points left that you would like to
Nope,
talk about? Or
that's it. And with that, I think we are done with this week's topic. Stay tuned for our next episode. I'll have Chrissy Papa come up with a topic that we'll hash out.
yes,
But yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. This has been your boy Papa Bear, and
this is Crispy Papa.
yes, and we are two fat Filipinos talking the shit. See you next time.
Ciao, y'all.
Fat Filipinos all night. Two fat Filipinos in a. Let's flow. Yeah. Two fat Filipinos in the house. Two fat Filipinos in the know. Two fat Filipinos all night. Yeah. Two fat Filipinos. Let's flow.